Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be crocheting this ruffled hat. So we needed some colors, some colorful yarns. So in some yarns, we're using just one strand of yarn. In some, making use of two because of their sizes. So we're using our scissors, tape rule, a 3.5mm hook, a rubber needle, and some clips also. So we have the rubber clips, but I'm making use of this one. So let's start. So to start the base of our crochet ruffled hat, we're making use of our red colored yarn. So we'll make a magic ring and crochet 10 double crochet in the magic ring. So when you're done making the 10 double crochet, you tighten up your magic ring and make a slip stitch to close that first row you've made. So on the second row now, we're going to crochet 2 double crochet in each stitch. So at the end of this second row, we are going to have 20 double crochet on the second row. We're going to make an increase in each stitches. So you have gotten to the end of the second row. So you're going to make a slip stitch at the end of this second row. So when we make a slip stitch, we have 20 double crochet. So on our third row now, we're going to make your foundation chain first. Then in the first stitch, you're going to make 2 double crochet in one. And the second one, you're going to make just 1 double crochet. Just 1 double crochet. In the next one, 2 double crochet in one, which means you're going to make increase in one stitch and no increase in another stitch, making it 2 1 2 1 all the way around. So at the end of this row, we should have 30 double crochet stitches at the end of the third row. So now we are at the end of the third row now. So we'll make a slip stitch, close that row. Now we have 30 double crochet. So we'll make the next row, which is the fourth row. So at this fourth row, you make your foundation chain first. You're going to make 2 double crochet in one stitch. So in the next stitch, 2 double crochet in one stitch. So in the next stitch, you make just 1 double crochet. In the next stitch, you make just 1 double crochet. So in the next one, you're going to make 2 double crochet in one stitch, which means you're making an increase in that stitch. So this row goes like this. You make 2 double crochet in one stitch, you make 1 in the next, 1 in the next, and 2 in the next. So it's 2 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 2 ratio 1 ratio 1, just like 2 1 1 2 1 1. So that is how you're going to complete this fourth row. So at the end of the row 4, we're going to make a last double crochet and we're going to make a slip knot to end that row. So at the end of this fourth row, we're going to cut off our yarn because we will need to add another colored yarn to it. So you take hold of your scissors and you cut off the extra yarn. So the next color we'll be adding to this is orange, and we're making use of just one strand of yarn because the size of the yarn is different from the size of the red one. So making use of just one strand of yarn. So make your slip knot, insert your hook and the space in which you made your slip stitch. Then pull out your slip knot, yes, and secure your tails. Normally in my project, I love securing my tails from the start, not that I have to start securing it at the end. So I hide my tails in the beginning of my rows. Okay, so make your foundation chain And in this row, we're making use of 2 rows of orange because the red was 4 rows, so this orange one will be two rows. So you make your double crochet in 1 stitch first. So the next one, you make 1 double crochet. The next one, you make 1 double crochet. The next stitch, you make another 1 double crochet. So at this point, you have to make use of your marker so you'll be able to identify where you are supposed to make your slip stitch at the end. Okay, remember you've made 3 single double crochet in 1 stitches. So you make another one, and in this other one you are making 2 double crochet in it. So it will be 3 double crochet in 3 double crochet in between the double stitches in 1. So it will be 3 double crochet in between them. So it will be 2 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So just take note of this. So at the end of this row, you should have 50 stitches. Remember, it will be 2 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So we're going to complete this row. So at the end of this row, I'll meet you guys there. So at the end of this row now, we're going to complete our double crochet. And we're going to complete it. Note where you put your marker, you're going to make your slip stitch in there. So we complete this row, the slip stitch. We make our foundation chain again, and we make 2 double crochet in 1 stitch for a start. So 2 double crochet in 1 stitch. Make sure you put your marker and take note of your starting point. So the next one, we make just 1 double crochet in a stitch. The next one, 1 double crochet in a stitch. The next one, 1 double crochet in a stitch. So for this row, we're going to have 2 double crochet in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in 1 4 times. So it will be 2 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So it will be 2 in 1 stitch and 1 1 1 in 4 stitches. So at the end of this row, you should have 60 stitches at the end of this row. So always count your stitches every row to make sure that you are on the right part. So at the end of this row, we're going to complete it and make a slip stitch again. And remember, I told you guys that this orange color is just for 2 rows. So we'll be changing this orange color now. Make a slip stitch, and we're going to add a yellow yarn to it. So this yellow yarn will also be 2 rows. So remember, we have 60 stitches round right now. So we're going to add a yellow yarn to it. I'll make use of 2 strands because of the size. Always make sure you secure your tails. So I'm going to make a foundation chain, and I'm going to make an increase in 1 stitch and 1 double crochet each in the next 5 stitches. So for this row, we're going to have 2 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. So it's going to be 2 in 1 and 1 double crochet in the next 5 stitches. So on this row, we should have 70 stitches on this row, which is row 7. We're going to have 70 stitches. So I'll meet you guys at the end of this row. So at the end of this row, we're going to make a last double crochet, which will make it the 70th stitch. So I'm going to make a slip stitch to end the row. So the next row, it will be 80 stitches on that row. So it will be making an increase in one stitch and no increase in the next stitch, 6 stitches. So it'll be 2 into ratio 1 6 times. So at the end of the row, we have 80 stitches. So I'll meet you guys at the end of the row, and also I'll be adding another colored yarn to it. So I've completed this round, the second round. Yes, so at the end of making this crochet cycle, I have 100 stitches all together. So I'm going to take my measuring tape now and measure it. So I have 8 inches round cycle. I mean the base of a crochet ruffled art, mine is 8 inches. So this is just a regular 8 size. So I'm going to add another color yarn to start my step B, because this is the first step. So I'm going to start the second step, which is step B. So I've been making use of this army green yarn. So just normal way, normally in attached and new yarn, I'm going to attach this yarn the same way. And for this row I'll be making, I will not be making an increase at all. Yes, I will not be making an increase at all. I will just crochet round. I will keep crocheting round with no increase at all. So I'll crochet round for 6 rows. So at the end of the row, I will come back and show you guys how to make the next step, which will be the step C. Okay, and make sure you take your time at this step B. Take your time. We are at the end of this row of the 6 rows I said we are going to make with this yarn. So I'm going to make a slip stitch. So we'll be changing our yarn again to a yellow yarn. So you cut off your yarn, and let me show you guys first the way my cap looks like now. So can you see that at the end of these 6 rows I made, my cap is already forming. It's no more flat again. Can you see? It's already forming. So we're almost there. So for us to complete this step B, we still have to add another yarn to it, which is the yellow yarn. So we're going to add it to it now. And for this yellow yarn, we are going to make a special step at the end of the yellow yarn. So let's make some few rows now. So I just made just few rows of this yellow yarn. So as you can see now that our step B is almost done. So for this step B, for us to close step B, I'm going to make a special row, which is making a decrease. So I'm making a decrease just because we want our cap to be firm after making a ruffle at the edge, so it won't be just flat. So I'm going to make this decrease using a single crochet. So I'm going to join 2, make your foundation chain first and join 2 stitches together, make a decrease. So can you see? I'm going to make a decrease, join 2 stitches together, making it 1, join 2 together, making it 1. So at the end of this one row, because we're going to make this one row, at the end of this one row, I'm going to say that our cap will be a little bit joined together at the edge. So with this, after we are done making our ruffle, our cap will not be wide. And it will not be too wide in a way that it will fall off. So let's keep on doing this row. So I'll meet you guys at the end of this row. So we are at the end of our special row. So we're going to make a slip stitch. Remember, this row is the row in which we made to secure our heart. So we are starting our step C right away. So for this step C, we'll be making use of our double crochet again. So we'll be making use of increase in 1 stitches, which is 3 double crochet in 1 stitches, and the stitches we'll be using for each color is 3. So it'll be 3 double crochet in 1 stitches 1, 3 double crochet in 1 stitches 2, and 3 double crochet in 1 stitches 3. So we'll be changing in the color of our yarns one by one, or you can just mix them any way you want. So I'll be adding my other yarn to this. So I would like to call our attention to this, guys. Whenever you're making your ruffled art, make sure you are very careful in a way that you are making an increase where you're supposed to make it, and they are going accordingly. Make sure you're making 3 double crochet into 1 stitch accordingly, so that at the end of you making your step C, you won't make a mistake and it will look so nice and full. Make sure you're very careful and you keep counting your stitches. So I will keep adding my colors to my step C. I'll keep adding it. So you can add different colors you want to add. You can make use of a single color, anyone you want to do. But for me, in this tutorial today, I'm making use of different colors, just like the video I showed you before we started this tutorial. So that is the exact art we'll be making. So we'll be adding those colors to it. So this is the end of row 1. So I'll be starting the row 2 now. So I will just add my colors to it. So this row 2 is just the same way we did our row 1. We're going to make 3 double crochet in each stitches. Make an increase of 3 double crochet in each stitches of the same color yarn you've used. So when you're at the end of that particular color, you change your color yarn, change the one there, then you keep making the same thing, 3 double crochet into 1 stitches. So I'll make this for the second row, the third row, and the fourth row. So I'm going to make 4 rows of the ruffles. So I'll meet you guys at the end of the fourth row. So guys, finally I'm at the end of my fourth row after a very long time. Ruffles takes longer time, so you just have to be patient and believe that it's going to come out nice. Yes, I just had to do it off camera. So you're going to make your slip stitch at the end, and you're going to make another slip stitch in between your stitches just to secure your tail. I'm going to cut off the extra yarn with the use of scissors, and also I'm going to hide the short tail in between the stitches with the use of my crochet needle. Yes, so let me show you guys the way my cap looks like now. It's so full, beautiful and colorful. So the ruffle is just 4 rows like I said. So guys, can you see my crochet ruffled art is looking so beautiful and full? So you guys remember the tail we have left from our magic wing. So I'm going to add the tails in between my stitches with the use of my rubber needle. So thank you guys for your time today. I hope you guys learned a lot from this crochet ruffled art tutorial. Thank you, and see you guys next time.